Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Today, we're working off some of the comments from last episode. Some of the little hints and tips you guys give me in the comments are awesome. The likes have dropped a bit since the series start. We were getting at least 100 likes on every episode at the start. Now it's slowly falling down, but I hope that's not something to do with the content. It's just you guys forgetting to hit that like button. Today, we are going to be quickly, hopefully, maybe exploring a few possibilities. One of the things that people told me in the comments was that crafting tables give all forms of the basic research points. So as you can see, we're going through all the research points, and every single crafting table gives us everything, which is pretty awesome. I haven't actually scanned a crafting table, but I'm getting everything from them. So this is like a really easy source of research points. And as you can see, this is auto-creating the crafting tables as well. Right? So I'll just quickly set up a little auto-crafting setup. And that gives me research points from all the basic types. And that is being done under here. There we go. I've got a little export bus in the leading into that deconstruction table. I've got it on crafting or stocked items, exporting. I've put a crafting card in it so it crafts and exports the crafting tables. And under the in the main area, I've got it so that it can craft crafting tables, which means that it needed to know how to craft planks. So it should be able to craft wooden planks as well. Yeah, crafts wooden planks so it can craft crafting tables. So all I have to do is supply it with wood, and the wood farms will be supplying it with wood. So that's all good. That's like an infinite source of all of the research points I need, which is uber awesome. I may put my research table from here over there now, because I don't use this that much other than combining elements together. But now I'm getting plenty of things. Some of the research that I've been looking into was getting Silverwood wands. The reason I'm looking into Silverwood wands so soon is to be able to do node in a jar. Node in a jar basically collects a node, and I can then transport it back over here and pop it out, like we popped that first node that we got. But this requires 70 of each Vis in order to do that. I was told in the comments that there are lots of nodes in the nether. Somebody also said that there's node down there somewhere, in the void age towards the bottom level. But I don't fancy going for those. I don't really like exploring the nether either, but exploring the nether and finding a node, and then going back and tapping it over and over again every time I need Vis is not really a good option. So going there once, did I get some food? Yes, I did. I cooked my steak up. Going over there once and collecting the nodes and bringing the nodes back here is what I'm planning on doing. Now I know that nodes do sort of like bulk each other out and soak each other up. So this one node I've got here, this 15, which we can now see through the goggles of revealing, is fully charged. That one node, if I put another node next to it, would start being pulled apart or absorb other nodes around it. And so I've got to work on where the distance is between those. I think it's only like 3 blocks or something. So I might be okay to put them around and maybe get to the point of being able to stabilize them so that they can't be pulled about. But it does mean that I'll have more nodes, which means more Vis. The other thing that I've been doing that was a good plan, which I'll need a wand for. I've got my other wand in here. Yeah, this one's not quite full, as you can see. This should have 25 in each, and it's got 14, 18.4, 14, 18.4. Blah 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 blah. Another comment was another awesome comment. I knew this, but I've never really done it. When you kill a mob, you see those little orbs that come, not the experience orbs, the other orbs. They're Vis orbs, orbs of Vis. And so while I'm killing these, also my wand is on my hotbar, and my wand is soaking up all that Vis. And yeah, I can, with this farm, I can quickly fill it up. Look, it's on 25, 25, 22, 25, 22, 25. Just kill a few more, get a few more bits. And because I've got it over the altar, and I'm using the sacrificial blade, it's a one-hit kill as well, so I'm just hitting them and filling up my wands very quickly. So I don't really need the nodes. They're all at 25 now, look, so I can just leave the rest of those. They're all at 25, which is good. Fully recharged. Excellent. You might want to know how I made the goggles. The goggles give us a Vis discount of 5%, which when doing crafting and things in here, that gives us a 5% discount on what we're doing, which is awesome. Lots of things that Stormcraft create like this give you Vis discounts when you're wearing them, but it doesn't give me any armor on the head. That's something we'll have to work on later. But that is in the Artifice, and that was here. And that was a couple of thermometers, a few bits of leather, a couple of gold, and 5 of each. Well, Pedicio and Ordo is only 3 of each, but 5 of each of the main elements from my wand, which is pretty cool. I'm being very careful not to go to these flux wielding ones because they give you bad flux effects. I have already taken one somewhere, but they give you evil stuff, evil things. I am going for this Infusion Altar as well very soon. We've got the shards and the ender pearls, and we can make the Arcane Stones easy enough. Actually, do I need an Arcane workbench? Yes, I do need an Arcane workbench. And also, I'm looking into Thormic Energistics, because there is a thing over in Thormic Energistics that has an auto crafting. We've got this Infusion Provider, which is good. We've got this, which is import-export buses and storage buses for Essentia as well. There is a way of storing those, but I don't think I've got them yet for some reason. I may have to make things like this first before I unlock the knowledge. I can't see any unlocking still to do. So I presumably have to unlock something somewhere else in order to unlock these and make these start working. They're not very hard to make though. I mean, these Quicksilver drops, we've got plenty of those. Order shards I can make, and Formation Core or Annihilation Core. We've already got auto processing in the AE system, and it's only costing us a bit of this. So it doesn't cost much to make these things. It's not like I can't afford it or anything, but I do need to work on getting a few other bits and pieces done first to try and figure out where we're at with that. I've got my book over here. Let's have a look. Where are we at the minute? We've got one unclaimed quest already. Let's go back into Thaumaturgy here. So these passive scanning things was something I wanted to get, and now I've got the goggles. These can be inserted into the goggles of revealing while using a Scholar's Lens. Okay. Now, I don't know if Scholar's Lens is available. We should have a load of lenses available here. These are Thormic Horizon stuff, so I might have to do research for this. The Scholar's Lens, yeah, it doesn't show me there. So let's have a look in Thormic Horizons. There's Arcane Lenses there. I can purchase that. That's good. Alright, so what we got here? Goggles of Revealing are an indispensable tool on their own, but what if your senses could be further augmented? By placing special lenses over one eye, you can benefit from both Goggles' Mystic Sight and Lens's unique ability. Lenses can be quickly swapped by holding V key or removed by pressing V while holding Shift. The first lens you have developed amplifies incoming light, granting you constant night vision. Sadly, the primal fire used in its construction reacts poorly with fluids, so the amplification is not a function underwater. Okay, golden carrots, glass pane, and fire shards, with a little bit of these things in an arcane infusion. So I need an infusion altar, which means that these Scholar's Lenses and things will also need an infusion altar. So I really need to work on that today as well, don't I? So first up, yeah, the infusion altar and getting the Essentia through Essentia Distillation is important. But I really want to get into storing the Essentia in Thormic Ascension's disk drives, but it won't let me do anything, and I'm not sure what I have to do to unlock it. So I'm just going to start making things and hope for the best. Another thing that I noticed was Gluttony Shard. To get a gluttony shard, I don't know. I don't know how I got a gluttony shard. I was eating in the nether, and I got a couple of gluttony shards while I was eating in the nether. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a requirement or something that we have to do. So, kind of weird, though. Kind of like it. That's good. Alright. So, get on with the Infusion Altar. Building the Infusion Altar is a little bit easy, but it looks complicated. It looks cool when it's finished, like you see in this picture here, but the basic setup is fairly easy. An arcane pedestal with 4 arcane stone blocks around it, then arcane stone bricks on top of that, and then a runic matrix above that, with some empty space around it. So, how do we make the arcane stone blocks? We do that recipe, which is what we've just done. Then how do we make the arcane stone bricks? We use that recipe to make 4 arcane stone bricks. Nice and simple. And we need 4 arcane stone bricks. We've already made the arcane stone blocks, so we just need to make a runic altar and a pedestal. The arcane pedestal, I don't have the thing for. Ah, there it is. Arcane pedestal is arcane stones in that pattern. Nice and easy. And the runic matrix is this. So 1 runic matrix costs us 38 ordo to create, which means we can't use the iron-capped wand for this. We've got to use a greatwood wand for that because it's a 50, and that, of course, is using 38. I'm getting a little bit of Vis discount, though, so it's not too bad. We get one of those. And then we've got to make the pedestal that goes in the middle. Now, this makes 2 pedestals. I'm actually going to make a few more pedestals because, well, it's only using air, and I've got plenty of air in there. So I can make a few more, because they're very nice looking, and they're very useful for holding the items that you're going to be doing. So we're going to get 6 of those. And that should set us up for making the whole thing. There's the 4 arcane stones there, and we're going to have that there. Did I complete a quest by making that happen? Let's have a look. Yes, I did. Okay. Runic magic. I made my runic altar, so I get some entropy shards. Thank you very much. The arcane pedestals, I made more than 5, so I get a fire shards. Thank you very much. Greatwood, we've got a greatwood sapling, so we get another greatwood sapling and half a heart. Very good. And then how do I get the silverwood? 2 silverwood saplings. Silverwood trees, when grown, will sometimes spawn a node in a world where... Okay, so how do I get 2 silverwood saplings? Ooh, silverwood. I definitely need silverwood because I need a silverwood wand. Let's just put this to one side for a moment and figure out how we get a silverwood. Must be that I can sieve it or something. Silverwood sapling. There's no thing there. And there's no thing there. Anybody know how do we get a silverwood? I don't know. It's probably going to be sieving something, I suppose. I don't suppose there's anything in here that tells me how to get silverwood, is there? Flora and fauna, but it just tells me that they appear and I can cut them down, but it doesn't tell me how I get them in this particular mod pack. So I'll have to check that out and figure that one out. So, yeah, building a runic altar is first on my list then. Let's get some more wood, some logs. Okay, so one of the minor issues that I've got here is that the arcane pedestal and that fit within a 3x3 area to make this in the first place, right? 3x3. And I'm using a 2x2. I've got this section, because I'm in a 16x16 chunk, I've got a squared off section. So what I've done is I've brought it all the way up here, haven't I? Right? And I've got a little platform there for the underfloor of this. And I'm going to kind of do it like a little bit of a branch going out. So we're branching out from it here. I might actually take this and turn it into the entire upper area of a tree. A fairly big tree, yes. So let's build it here. I've decided that I'm going to put it just here. Yeah, so that underneath it I can put some special devices and things. But for right now, this is where it's going to go. I'm going to need the Runic Stones. Where's the Runic Stones gone when I needed them? I'm sure I've made some Runic Stones, didn't I? I need 4 of those. Arcane Stone Bricks, yes. Okay, can I just make them out of this? Yes, I can. Awesome. Thought I'd forgotten then. And I also need some more slabs. Oh, well, never mind. We can put the slabs in afterwards. So we've got to go all four corners, and then all four corners of that, a space, and then a runic matrix on the top. So that's that and that, four corners, and that fourth corner there. Then we're going to put some bricks on it, arcane stones on top of that, on top of that, on top of that, and on top of that. We're going to have a block of any description on the top of this arcane pedestal. And then let's jump up here. And we'll just bridge around up here for now, because I've done everything on half slabs again to try and avoid having mobs do anything nasty to me. And then we put the runic matrix on the top there, and I can get rid of that because it's got to be space. Okay, so this is the center of my altar. Some of you will already know how all this works and probably know a lot better than me, but that's the spaces around it, and then it goes on top of the pedestal, but a little bit ways up because you've got this level first and then that level. Okay, and then I'm supposed to tap it with a wand, not an iron wand. An iron tapped wand is not going to be good enough. So let's quickly go down and grab my other wand. Okay, let's try again with this. It does say in here that you need 40, no, not 40 auto for that. You need 25 of each Vis in order to do this. So a full iron-capped wand may work, but I was a little bit short there on the Ignis. But I do have enough in this wand, so palang, woo woo woo, and it shifts around and it starts moving about, and it looks so awesome, doesn't it? So that then becomes basically a multi-block structure, right? A multi-block structure. And you can place things onto the pedestal like this and take them off again. Place things, take them off, place things, take them off. It's very cool. And the items that you place in there are basically what you want to change. And one of the things that we're going to have to make is a wand. We're going to want to make a Silverwood wand. I'm going to have to figure out how to get Silverwood first, though, aren't I? Before we can get that far. So I've got a little bit more things to do. We've also got to get Vis or Essentia around that Infusion Altar so that we can infuse things with Essentia. And I've still got to work through this section of stuff to be able to craft that. Yeah, I've got to figure it all out, all that side of things. Things may just unlock naturally as we progress. But for now, let's throw those away in there. Things will automatically progress as we progress, but there's other bits and pieces that I want to do as well. We need to do some distillation processing, and hopefully that will give us a basis for some other bits and pieces. Essential distillation. I need to make an alchemical furnace, which is some more of these arcane stone bricks, a furnace and a crucible, and that then makes this with a couple of that, and then we also need these alembics. We can make these alchemical constructs as well, but the alembics are first up. So I'm going to make the alembics, which is a bit of iron, a thing, some aqua, a Vis filter, which I have not researched yet. Oh no, there it is, it's in there. Which requires Silverwood planks. Dang it. Okay. So I've still got to get the Silverwood first before I can make an alembic to be able to do this side of things as well. So I really am stuck on Silverwood wand right now. Oh, shiny new toys. Shiny new toys. I have to be honest, I took a break after you just saw the last clip. I went off and I did some other things, and I had a coffee and I had to sit down for a bit. Then I came back and I started looking through this damn Thormonomicon again to try and figure out exactly how I was supposed to proceed through Thorncraft and get things done. This over here, let me just clear this out and show you. Very, very thanks to, there you go, I am now putting up, well, there goes the crafting table. Wall of Fame is now starting to go up around the place. Veskander told me put bookshelves and crystals around and put the crafting table in here to be able to make all of the 6 prime elements. That's why I automated it all and did it all. So that's good. Thank you very much. That's now part of the Wall of Fame, as it were. The Wall of Fame is just going to exist everywhere, wherever there needs to be a Wall of Fame. So yeah, that helped me a lot because I've been standing it. I put iron doors with pressure plates so that I can get out. Any mobs that may accidentally spawn somewhere or glitch out somewhere or get out somewhere, I'm pretty secure. You can see there's probably one zombie over there. You can just see his legs. He might be on the map in the top corner if you can see. But just in case, I've put some of these in. So this is like a safe haven for me. So I was standing almost AFK-ing, just clicking here. Just literally just keep clicking and getting research points. And then going into the Thaumonomicon and starting the research. As you can see, I've specialised my research because I kind of fell in love with the idea of applied energistics and Thorncraft mixed together. It's like one of those Homer moments. It's like, drooling over it all, thinking, how do I unlock it? How do I unlock it? And I've slowly but surely figured out how to unlock everything. This is the last one that I've got to purchase now. There we go. Thank you. So I've spent time reading through the things and doing all the bits and pieces. Mostly to find the Silverwood in it all, right? And would you bet your life on it? X Astris, the Ex Nihilio companion, sorted it out for me, man. But this unlocked Vis Filter from the Sky, right? So the Runic Matrix from the Sky, I had to unlock that first. It was another way of making the Runic Matrix, but I already made the Runic Matrix. It used mixed crystals and arcane stone blocks instead of just normal crystals. I don't know why this recipe is in there, to be honest, because it's cheaper to make it normally. However, it's only costing 1 of each. I guess that's the extra crystals bring down the cost here of Vis. So, kind of makes sense, okay? So, if you haven't got your Great Wood Wand, you can do this and still make it with just the basic iron and wood wand. Pretty cool, I must admit. But that, and then unlocked this Vis Filter from the Sky, which gives us this silk mesh from Ex Nihilio to make the Vis Filter, instead of requiring that one piece of Silverwood log. Use this before you can obtain Silverwood, which is excellent, which meant I've been able to make a couple of Vis Filters. That also linked on down here, the Great Wood from the Sky. Now, I can't understand this one really at all, right? I can see it, I can understand it. You've got a Great Wood sapling for 6 buckets of witch water, a shimmer leaf, a cinder pearl, and a jungle sapling, and it costs you a ton of essence in order to arcane infuse a jungle sapling into a Great Wood sapling. Okay, if I run out of Great Wood saplings, but I need a Great Wood sapling in order to make a Great Wood, in order to make the tools that I need to make the arcane infusion work in the first place, I think. Although, yeah, we did figure out that it only cost 25 Vis, so I potentially could have activated the arcane infusion with an iron wand. So, yeah, maybe not. But that's a way to make the Great Wood sapling, and that unlocked a way to make a Silverwood sapling. My geez, look at the state of this. Blocks of diamonds, ethereal blooms, Salus Mundi, and a Great Wood sapling to turn it into a Silverwood sapling. Pretty expensive, I know. The Salus Mundus is balance shards to make Salus Mundus, smelted balance shards. So that's easy enough once I've got the balance shard set up. Ethereal blooms, I haven't unlocked ethereal blooms yet. Diamonds obviously I can make, and Great Wood saplings I've got, and then fair bit of Essentia. The Essentia side of things I then started looking into, because I need the Essentia to be able to use things with the Runic Matrix. I'd already unlocked the most part of these. I think maybe warded jars, Essentia crystallization, automated alchemy, alchemic centrifuge, and maybe these extra tubes I hadn't unlocked earlier. So I've unlocked all this section, and I've made a basic setup down here. Basic setup down here. which is being supplied by the AE system. This is supplying whatever I want to smelt down, and this one is supplying charcoal to it, so it keeps full of charcoal from the bottom. And if I want to just smelt up like cobblestone, which I did earlier, and cobblestone gives us Perdicio and Terra, right? It gives us those. So I quickly filled those up after a bit of cobble, just to make sure it was all working properly. That's what these little pipes are for. If you don't know how it works, don't worry. It'll become clear soon enough. So yeah, I had a quick setup there just to get that going, to get some Essentia, and I can now make any Essentia I need for infusing upstairs. But, there's a big but in this as well. I want to go straight into the Applied Energistics version of it. I made one of these Applied Energistics crafting. It's basically one of those, but in Applied Energistics, and you put your wand in there and you can do your crafting. So I was able just to grab stuff out of here, Arcane Terminal, and just use it for crafting, and it uses the Vis up from the wand into there. But there's an even better thing, which, it's another one of those moments, right? I was researching this lot, right? Because I was like, oh, look at that, look at this, look at that, oh, look at this, oh. I researched this alchemical duplication back over in one of these over here, one of these normal tabs, and that gave us quartz duplication to buy, which I don't really need, but it's there anyway. I researched magic mirror after researching the infusion, and that gave me this infusion provider, which basically puts place it near a thaumatic device. A device can draw Essentia directly from a network as if it was a warded jar. This could be very useful for the Infusion Altar. So I basically put one of these next to the Infusion Altar. Once I've got Essentia in the Applied Energistic system, it can provide the Runic Altar with all the Essentia it needs from the disk drives. The disk drives was down here blacked out, and I found out that I need, well, once I did this warded arcana, got the warded arcana knowledge, that then unlocked this availability to me. I don't know why a warded door for this. I guess it's something to do with security and keeping things bound and sealed, and I don't know exactly. It's a tentative link between the two. But once I'd just done some random research up in these top normal Thorncraft stuff, this then unlocked for me to research. And it basically gives me an Essentia cell that I can craft. That's like the 1K storage components, a 64K storage component. They've got then a storage housing, and then you put it together to make an actual storage cell for Essentia, which is crazy awesome, right? There's also a 4K in there somewhere as well. And then you can make an essential cell workbench, the same as my cell workbench for normal AE, to presumably set what's stored in the disk drive and stuff, which is cool. The one thing I've got stuck on here is the Ethereal Essence. Now, wisps would generally give you Ethereal Essence, and I haven't found a wisp to be able to put it in a net, to be able to kill it regularly, to be able to get these Ethereal Essence. The only other way of getting these is destroying nodes, as far as I know. So before I can actually get this going, I'm going to have to go and have a run around the nether, find a few nodes, and destroy them for their essence, so I can make a few of these things. It's not too costly, really. It works through from 416 to 64, so the normals. But that's going to cost me a lot of these Ethereal Essences to make the 1Ks in order to upgrade to the next one up and the next one up and the next one up. It's going to cost me like 6, maybe 7, 8 per 64K. So that's going to cost me quite a bit in these. So I'm going to have to do a nether hunt to be able to store that, right? So that's awesome. I can then take the Essentia from one of those things and store it in the AE drive, and then provide it to my Infusion Altar to give it what it needs when it needs it. Sounds absolutely amazing. I am literally mouth-watering while I'm telling you. It's so good. Then we've got over here, right? I got the harnessing Vis from up here, right? And that let me unlock this Vis Relay Interface. The Vis Relay Interface looks very simple to make. A P2P tunnel with a balanced shard. And this moves Vis power from the Vis Relay network, which I've never played with yet, but I sort of understand, and puts it into the applied energistic system. So I can put Vis into the applied energistic system using a P2P tunnel. Drool. Oh. Right, so there's that. And then it got better, because I've just unlocked this one as well. Arcane Assembler. So now the molecular assembler and it's basically a Silverwood scepter, which, again, I need to get the Silverwood all sorted out and all that. So it's a little way off, but it's awesome. Put all those shards around an arcane infusion, put all this essence in the right places and everything, put a molecular assembler in there with a embossed Thormic Silverwood wand, or scepter, and then I get an Arcane Assembler, which will basically do auto-crafting for me. And then I need this, which I've just unlocked, to make the patterns for the auto-crafting. So I can do this as an auto-craft. How crazy is that? But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching another episode of Agrarian Skies. I'm sorry there was no episode yesterday. It's because of the Silverwood issues that I ran into. I had to walk away from the computer and come back to it and do lots and lots of work before I had this part ready for you. I will see you with another episode very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like. I'll see you later.